Well, how are we today?
Good, considering there's a bit of a transfer deadline day hangover, shall we say?
Yeah, lack of signings.
A serious lack. Kind of could see it coming. I thought we might have got Daire. I thought that was kind of done. We didn't. A lot of mixed opinions.
Yeah, it was a bit of a centre back roundabout. We went from Alderweireld, Maguire was back on, and then we went fucking out of nowhere and went with Diego Godin.
Yeah,
paid his release clause, but there was no chance of it.
He wasn't coming.
No,
he's not leaving Madrid.
He's appreciated so much in Atletico, and to be honest, I wouldn't want to come to us at this minute in time. But anyway,
right, where are we going to start here? Will
we start negative or we start positively or
positive? That's going to be rather quick. So
yeah,
we're on transfers. What do you sum up? What do you think of the transfers that Manchester United have made this season?
Well, we've only made one first team player. We've signed Diego Dallo, and we signed a third choice goalkeeper in Lee Grant.
Yeah.
One first team player. Considering we were 19 points off the drift last year, one first team player I don't think is enough to make up that difference. That being said, like, we were focusing so much on centre backs when we probably should have focused on. There was a lot of other areas we could have focused. United for the past, say, 4 or 5 years, we haven't had an out and out right winger, and there was talk of Willian coming, Bale at the very start, but I think whenever Ronaldo went, there was no chance of Bale happening.
No, Bale wasn't. Actually, that list that Mourinho spoke of that they'd give Edward.
The supposed list.
Yeah, I have heard names that were supposedly on it, and I mentioned it there on the last pod, but we're on the topic again. So, apparently, Toni Kroos.
Yeah.
Which, he's not leaving Madrid.
He's not. He's
Gareth Bale. He's not leaving Madrid. Maguire apparently was, but if he was on the list, why they didn't sign him before the World Cup?
I don't know.
There's question mark.
I wasn't a very big fan of the transfer window finishing so early this year, especially after World Cup. But if United wanted to make the signings, they would have had them done early. We've seen the past 2 windows.
They had Fred wrapped up early.
And they needed a centre mid anyway with Carrick retiring, and then it looked like we were going to lose Fellaini. But we've kept him. I don't know if people will be happy or not happy about it. But
not the biggest fan.
Yeah, but he's a bastard, and every team needs a bastard.
We'll take him because at the minute we're not exactly full of options.
We're bastards.
Obviously, Toby Alderweireld was one of the list as well. It looks like it was just the case that too much money that Spurs wanted.
But the thing is now, the fact that we didn't sign a centre back in this window. I do hope that Jose goes into the season starting with both Bailly and Lindelof. Between the two of them, they cost 61 million.
Yeah. And
Lindelof, he showed glimpses of why he was signed both at the second half of the season and the World Cup. He showed that he was good. Don't know if he showed he was 30 million worth, but in today's market, 30 million is seen as nothing.
Down the back of the couch.
But at the same time, he paid 30 million for someone, and you have to see if why he spent 30 million. Give them a time to gel anyway, but he'll probably, whenever both are fit, he'll probably go for Small and Jones again, which is giving me palpitations already.
Yeah, it's you and me both, brother. But yeah. You see, there's a lot of accusation of finger pointed at the likes of the Glazers and Ed Woodward for not getting the business done. Now, based on some of the names we've mentioned, Edward, he's not getting them.
No,
they're not gettable.
I fucking vie for the days of David Gill. Ferguson went out and said, I want X, Y and Z, and Gill would probably come back with X, Y, Z and a bit extra.
Yeah,
but now it's I think Woodward's more interested in the sponsorship side of things, because we did make one signing yesterday, a fucking whiskey sponsor, and that whiskey sponsor may come in well, because we'll probably all be drinking whiskey about 3 or 4 games in when we're...
I'm just worried on tonight, to be quite honest.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I think I think we have enough talent to get rid of, or not to get rid, but to beat Leicester. we're missing Matic. We are missing quite a few players, but Leicester have no Mahrez. They haven't really filled in the gap for him.
No.
And I don't know exactly if Maguire's 100% fit. I think Puel said he was going to be in Manchester, but he's going to be in a blue shirt.
Yeah, but that could be sitting on the bench, as you say.
Yeah, could be.
Vardy signed a new contract with them, but is he hauled it up and fit to go?
Yeah, well, he didn't get a lot of time in the World Cup, but at the same time, I think we'll be all right this game. I am expecting United to do well enough tomorrow. The big games is when it's really going to come out, but at the same time, I'm trying to be as positive as I can.
Yeah.
We didn't make a lot of signings. A lot of people saying Sanchez is like a new signing because he was only signed in January. Pereira had a good pre-season. He hopefully I would like to see him, because I think Mourinho was annoyed last year that he went to Valencia on loan, because it's a sign of intent from him. He probably knew he wasn't going to get a few games at United, so he went to Valencia.
He was definitely going to be a better player because of it.
Yeah.
Touching back on the board, the reason I'm kind of siding with them over the Mourinho fight with money, as much as I'd like to see the players come in, you have to see it from their point of view too. Like, Spurs wanted £60 million for a 29-year-old injury prone Toby Alderweireld.
Yeah.
Maguire just couldn't get. But then look at the past couple of windows. He's signed centre backs.
Yeah.
He's paid big money for them. Hasn't played them.
No.
So they're just going to continue throwing money at a problem that he's seemingly not well.
You see, the thing is, when Bailly gets a good run of form, he is a brilliant centre back. But
I think he needs an experienced head beside him.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. That I thought Alderweireld would be probably the best signing for him possible. But I do think that Bailly and Lindelof, well, it's not the best choice in the world, but I think that's what we have to go for in this.
As you said, it's either that or Smalling and Jones. And if you go with Smalling and Jones, you're still playing the same centre halves that Fergie had.
I don't know, There's always times where Smalling and Jones play well, but it doesn't matter if they're like five clean sheets in a row. They always find some way to frustrate me. Even Phil Jones, he'll do something pure fucking arseways, and then like if it's heading the ball on the ground or I don't know, making one of those patented faces.
He really is a Sunday League player, fresh off the pints.
He's still making a lot more money than me and you, anyway. That's for sure.
Well, give us time there. We're getting there. Yeah. We're getting there. I don't know. I'm frustrated. Mourinho as well, he's coming out and he's attacking the press, he's attacking the board.
Everyone's fault but
everybody's fault his own. But as I said, Hacks had a wee mini rant to myself yesterday, and I probably should have put it on the tape, but Jose, you're your own worst enemy. You've fought the press since you got there.
Yeah.
Not even since you got there, since you got to England, you fought the press. So they know all about you, you know all about them. Manchester United it's this club that if you don't love them, you hate them.
Yeah.
You have 19 other teams in the Premier League, and not one of them want United to win the league title. I mean, look how Sunderland celebrated that last day that we lost the title in front of them.
And we don't have a renowned rivalry with them either. It's
just they don't want to see them succeed. So you take a really unpopular manager, a really unpopular club, stick them together. Mourinho, what did you expect was going to happen? They're going to criticise, they're going to point the finger, they're going to throw boots at you every opportunity they're going to get. Yeah. And your best response is blaming everybody else, including your players.
Yeah.
That's the sacred rule that Fergie would never have done, was publicly criticise your players.
Even the whole crack with Martial, I know it takes two to tango and that. Yeah. Like Martial, he has showed signs like in the past that he is kind of lazy and just not arsed, but at the same time he was having a fucking baby. Like, and you see other managers approach to their players having wins, they're saying, well, sorry, babies, not wins. But they're having babies and they're saying, oh, it's a wonderful thing, I congratulate them. But then Mourinho's just like saying, is the baby okay?
Yeah.
Then come back here.
Yeah, that's it. You understand Mourinho's under pressure, but at the same time, you have to look at the player more than a number. He's not just an employee. You have to. Players these days, especially
he has to empathise as well with the players. Like,
you need to nurture them.
Yeah.
And it's just not doing it.
He's saying today that Martial had no pre-season at all because he left the camp. But that beggars belief. But at the same time, I'm putting this a lot down to the board as well. the board could have done a lot more, because if this list was supposedly, they could have made a lot more effort. But there seems to be a bit of resistance. Be that, do they know they have a feeling Mourinho's going to go, or
you see, this is where I'm starting to think. I think because of the stigma, because of the past, because of the track record Mourinho has, are the board willing to invest hundreds of million on a team that he might not be in charge of in a short time?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I don't know
this is my thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. He'll last the season, I'd well imagine. Is it going to be there?
He could do, or Christmas time.
Well, this is it. Depends how the season goes.
Is he still living in the hotel? And
this is the worrying thing.
Was he ever intending on buying a house in Manchester?
That's the thing. The family stayed in London.
Yeah.
They didn't want to move. He lives in the penthouse suite of the Daire Hotel. That's not exactly what you want from a long-term commitment.
Yeah.
From a manager. We wanted him. We did want him. I know I wanted him whenever
Moyes was
before Moyes, after Moyes, before Van Gaal, after Van Gaal. He has 81 points last season.
Yeah.
You see, people talk about the 19-point gap, but they don't talk about the fact about 81 points. Some teams have won the title with 81 points.
Yeah.
It's an improvement. It's taken us somewhere we needed to be. It's just City. It's just had an unbelievable campaign that nobody would have.
City haven't made much reinforcements themselves, but at the same time, they didn't really need to. They've signed Mahrez, which is their big signing, but they really needed basically a centre mid is what they were looking for. They didn't really get that because we signed Fred and Chelsea signed Jorginho.
That's right.
But I still can't see them being beat this season. After getting 100 points. But a lot of people are making the point that Pep wasn't hired to win the Premier League. He was hired to win the Champions League, because that's their ultimate end goal.
Exactly.
And I think there will be a lot of focus this year. City won't do as well as they did last year, but I still can see them finishing top. I can't see us finishing second. There's another team I can see finishing second.
Call it.
Liverpool. I say that as I grind my teeth.
Yeah, you actually looked a bit ill there as you said that.
I know.
You never know.
Yeah, I'm impressed with their signings. I said this to Sean. I was going to say it off the record, but
throw it on.
I am jealous of the signings that Liverpool have made. Fabinho looked. Could he do a job similar to Kante? Because he's a defensive midfielder that slots nicely into that role. No one's seen him coming to Liverpool at all, because there was all chat about him coming to United and all that instead of us getting Matic. I heard, who was it? I think it was Julian Laurent was saying that he makes other players around him look better. That's why Chelsea wanted for Bakayoko and spent 40 million on him, but they didn't realise it was him that was doing the hard work.
So Bakayoko sure looks like a spare tool sitting in a big shed.
But even their other signings, Liverpool, I'm impressed with. They've got Alisson, which they really needed a goalkeeper after what happened.
I'm kind of hoping Karius gives him a few pointers, settles him in, shows him a few things.
That's not happening. I'd say they have them well separated in Melwood, most definitely. Who else? Shaqiri, I
honestly thought we had him.
Yeah, 13 million is.
You see, this is the thing. I'm not going to name the guy. He knows who he is. Is a good friend of mine. When he seen the story break about Shaqiri, he texted me in utter disgust, and I was like, "Here, look, this guy's seasoned, he's experienced, he's cheap. We'll take him."
Yeah.
Watch the reaction.
Played for some big clubs as well. Bayern.
He's been around. Inter. He's been around. The question was asked to me then, would he really improve our squad? And I said, of course he would.
Well, he's a right winger.
Yeah.
We don't have a natural sided right winger.
And then I was accused of losing the plot, thinking that this was a decent signing for us. But the point I made, and it turned out that I was right, was we're not getting anybody else.
Yeah.
Who at this time wants to come play for Manchester United and develop under Mourinho when Mourinho is pointing the finger and ripping shreds?
Throwing you under the bus that he loves the park.
Like Shaw has been ongoing, Martial, like Pogba. You know, if you nurture these players, you get these players.
If you get the right manager with Pogba,
exactly.
Like, everyone criticises Pogba, he's the scapegoat, but we've seen at the World Cup what he can do.
Yes.
And like Deschamps isn't an incredible manager, but Mourinho is just such a demoralising manager. That's the one thing about him.
That's the thing. How do you encourage them boys to develop their trade if you're criticising what they're doing? It's not the right approach. Not for this day and age. It's not the right approach. There has been obviously the rumours that have been circulating that Zidane is a possible candidate to take over from Mourinho.
Yeah,
I've met it with a positive glow.
Zidane's just, he's like, fair enough, he was with that Real Madrid team, but I think he needs to probably prove himself in a team like Man United. It would be a challenge for him. It's a
team yet to build. He hasn't built one yet.
Yeah, because that team was basically there for him.
But put it this way, and this is the way I look at it, and this is the way I kind of sold it to Sean that day. If Zinedine Zidane walked into the dressing room, you'll give your heart and soul for him. He doesn't have to speak.
What he did in the pitch, you can respect him. Like,
unbelievable.
Even as a manager, he's basically an infant. He's in his infancy as a manager, but he still won 3 Champions Leagues. Like,
it's ridiculous. Like, I would like to see it happen. I don't know if it ever will, but the likes of Pogba, Martial, Rashford, like them boys would thrive under him.
Yeah,
and he's a serious hard on for Hazard as well, which I'd love to see come.
Yeah, but I think all in all, I think the talent is there at United. From if like injuries barring, we've got the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yes,
I don't think even no one will disagree with that. This isn't us being biased. He is the best.
Even Sean agrees with us.
Yeah, even he had a few howlers, but there isn't much better at what he does. Right back. Well, the back and left back, we've got Young and Valencia.
Seasoned but experienced.
Yeah, but Valencia has shown to be very good at right back. Young's he's all right. But he can go on the counter, and he can, the very few times we go on the counter, and can swing in a good ball.
I'd love to see Shaw really rival him for that, and Mourinho would actually give Shaw that chance. I mean, he gives him a chance. Takes him out half time and scrutinises him.
I know. It's
why build him up for weeks and then shoot him down in 45 minutes.
To be honest, I can see us seeing a lot more Daire this year. He didn't go.
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, Blind stayed. Or sorry, Blind went.
Blind went, yeah.
Yeah, Blind went, and Daire. But I suppose Daire could play both right or left back, and Delot, the new right back, isn't entirely fit either. So
no, they reckon it'll be September before he'll be ready. I think he's one for the future, but you know what? Throw him out there, give him a go.
Yeah.
What's the worst could happen? Can't do a Karius. No. You don't have that responsibility.
But he could get attacked on the wing by someone anyway, be it Mane, Salah. Two centre backs. I do think they could do well. Bailly and Lindelof if they play.
If they can find the right recipe for the two of them.
Yeah, Rojo I think is just a bit too
rash.
Rash is the word I was going for.
Like, I'll give Martial the chance. I mean, he was doing well before Sanchez came.
Yeah.
I don't know if that knocked him. As you say, Sanchez, hopefully we'll see a different beast this year. I hope that Sanchez...
He's a full season, a pre-season. It could be a blessing in disguise that Chile didn't make it to the World Cup because he's had a full... He's rested, he's raring to go. And, you know, people are saying... I don't agree fully with the whole thing that he was a signing for the summer, but he's a full pre-season...
Yep.
Ahead of him, and time will tell.
Hopefully they'll live up
tonight
to
could tell.
Well,
a month could tell.
I'm hoping to live up to that number 7 shirt.
Yeah.
Rashford, hopefully improved again. He got the number 10 shirt on his
back,
back.
Is a big statement. I said to you before the pod that I was expecting Pogba or someone with a big name, but was it Mourinho or him that decided, you know, I want the number 10?
He wanted it.
If he wanted it, well, that's a sign of his intent, and
it's a sign of his intent, and it's also a sign that they trust him to wear those shoes.
Yeah.
Lukaku, good World Cup.
Very good World Cup.
He should come back stronger.
But yeah, I think Lukaku could have a good season. But you've seen in that Belgium team as well, he kind of went out to the wing at times. Yeah. But I don't know if he'll do that with United. He'll be playing centre mid if we park the bus.
Yeah,
but he was brilliant on the counter. I would love to utilise him on the counter, but we just don't do it as much as we
get a good number 10 to play with him.
Yeah.
Matic should be fairly solid.
Matic is out for...
Exactly. Is he out?
He's out. Well, he's just after getting, I don't know if it was groin surgery or something. He's out for a game or two, but he needed to get that done because he was injured going into the last few games of last season, but he played on through the pain, and so we don't have him for tonight's game, which I'm trying to think, who would we play now?
So you're gonna... Pogba's not back either?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Fred will probably start.
Fred will start. He had a good solid pre-season. Pre-season have been a lot, but there's good glimpses from him. No
sign of Pogba playing, is there? Or I haven't really been following the team news.
I haven't even seen him training.
There's been a few shouts for Pereira to be thrown into the team.
I'll start Pereira because he's played a few.
I think with a game against Leicester, I think we might be all right with not having Matic there.
Yeah.
If it was a game against Chelsea or a game against City or one of the big six,
you need them.
You would need them desperately. But
I'm going to ask you for prediction because I've called my prediction on the last pod for tonight's game. I give a score prediction and I threw out a couple of goal scorers.
You see, this when it comes to betting and all that, I don't really like betting on my own team.
I know.
And because I can't say, we're going to lose because the bias is there in me. But I'm going to say, like, Leicester have lost their best player in Riyad Mahrez. Improvements haven't made that much. They signed your man James Maddison from Norwich, but I'll just say, it's at Old Trafford. The Old Trafford faithful should be behind them. I'll say 2-0. I don't know who the goalkeepers are.
That's the exact same scoreline I give.
Yeah.
Goal scorers throw out.
I'll say Lukaku as one, and maybe Jay Lings if he plays.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I threw in Rashford and Sanchez. I have a feeling Sanchez.
I've never been a big fan of Jesse Lingard, but last season he completely changed. He scored in the FA Cup final against Crystal Palace. I'm like, you're still not doing it for me. I was a big what's the word? I was a big critic of his, but to be honest, last season he was a revolution, and he's a perfect player to have in the squad. If you think we do have a good midfield three, if we go with it, I'll try and get away from that. We have good midfield three of Matic, Fred and Pogba. If any of those are injured, we've got Herrera, we've got Mata, we've got Lingard, we've got Scott McTominay, who's still developing as a player, and we've got Pereira now, who's back from loan. So
this thing, if Mourinho gets the best from that squad and that squad plays their best, we're up there.
We are, but I think a lot of teams, in terms of transfers, we haven't really improved. Spurs haven't really improved. They haven't signed any players.
Nothing at all.
I can see us getting into the top 4, but that's as much as I'm going. Top 3 maybe.
I mean, Spurs have come out and says, look, Dembele, Alderweireld, Rose, they're all free to go. Who wants them? 3 of them still there. How are you going to get the best from the 3 players now that you've openly says, here, look?
There's talk of Rose going to PSG on loan. I just read that today. He was linked with Schalke, but yeah, who are you predicting anyway yourself? Top 4?
Top 4?
We'll just say top 4.
Right, we'll go top 4. Well, Champions League spots. Right. I'm biased, so United's in there. I'm not going to say where, but they're in there.
Yeah.
City's in there, obviously, because they're probably going to have the title again. The pool, reluctantly, are in there. And I think Arsenal will beat Spurs to the top 4 this year. Interesting choice.
Arsenal are they're a nice wee subplot to the season.
I think they're going to be a different beast, and I think they're going to surprise.
Yeah.
That's, as you said there, you think City will be hard to beat again. I've actually said Arsenal's going to beat City on Sunday.
Well, time will tell. They do have to, like, the defence is the weak point that they have, but in the midfield they've brought in your man Torreira, the Uruguayan. Mm-hmm. He looks like he could be a good defensive midfielder, because Xhaka can be a bit ill-disciplined, but this man is a bloody pitbull. Who else? They've improved the goalkeeper situation. They've got Bernd Leno. The defence, they've got Socrates in, but he's essentially just basically filling in for Koscielny. I was looking at their squad depth when it came to their centre backs and full backs. They're not overly great, but their attack is fucking fire. They've got Aubameyang, who's been top goal scorer in Bundesliga, and I'm saying it now, he's my shout for top goal scorer this year.
I have him in my fantasy team.
I have him in my fantasy team as well.
He actually got into my fantasy team ahead of Harry Kane.
Yeah. Connor Gillespie, shout out to him if he's listening. He probably will be.
Connor.
We were doing a draft, and he had first pick in the draft. He could have went for Salah, could have went Kane. He's an Arsenal fan. He went with Aubameyang. I don't know if it's the bias in him, but
no, it's a good shout.
Yeah.
Connor, I need to Skype you in someday, get your review on the changes at Arsenal. Haven't been chatting about mate.
Live from his London office.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, enough chatting about him. Where are we? More predictions, or are we just going to lambast United, or do you want to say anything positive about United?
Positive? Jesus, hard to take positive.
I still think we do have the talent there.
The talent is there.
Yeah.
If the right man, Mourinho can do it if he chose to do it. I don't know why he doesn't.
I think we really needed a right mid and a left back, but because Young, I do.
He's my age. He's 33 years of age. You know, I can't play 30 games a season.
Valencia's almost in the same situation, but Valencia, since he's been to right back, I think he's been a revelation.
Apparently he's overweight now because he had a couple of burgers in his holidays.
Oh, fucking, how do we hear about the burgers? Because of Jose fucking complaining. There's a trigger word, fucking Mourinho.
You're not going to back him, are you?
Who, Mourinho? Or
yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see how we do Christmas time.
Funny, that's what he said.
I think, the first few games we have, they're winnable.
They are.
They're very winnable. So
we've got Spurs in the end of August as well. It's a Monday night kickoff.
Yeah. We'll see how that. Sorry. We'll see how that game goes because they're two teams both lacking in the transfer departments, but who knows?
You see, Mourinho's attacked the press today again.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating.
Yeah, if he wasn't so negative and we just signed one person, we'd be like, you know what, maybe it's alright, but it's just this constant jibes at everyone else. It's like, if he was positive with the whole situation that's unfolding around him, maybe, there'd be a lot more positivity from the fans, but he's the captain of the ship. And he's basically...
Absolutely. You see what he's come out now to the press today. He's been saying that the press should basically keep Stump.
But it's their fucking job to not keep Stump.
The league table will tell the tale come November, December time, he says. But it's hard to him that now, before the transfer window closed, he was saying that the United season were basically lost if they didn't get these signings.
Yeah.
So why are you saying that before the window closes and now suddenly you're going on a November, December, judge me then.
Yeah. But yeah, anything else you want to add? Or?
No, looking forward to the game tonight. It's always great to see the start of the Premier League again.
We got the big game on Sunday as well. Arsenal Man City. Nice wee curtain opener.
I've gone for City.
You've gone for City.
No, sorry, I've gone for Arsenal.
Yeah, I was just going to backtrack there. I'm like, hold up.
That's because it's at the Emirates more than anything else, and I don't think that anybody has seen what Arsenal can do yet. That obviously includes me, but I've got a feeling.
I don't know. City looked different gravy against Chelsea. This was a Chelsea.
Chelsea are poor though.
Yeah, I think I was focusing more on the hurling than that game, but at the same time they were without Kante, but they were different gravy to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that home. I'm just gonna be, because I am fairly down the middle. I'll say a draw for that game, and then I think Newcastle and Spurs another big game. Spurs should win that.
Funny, Sean picked Newcastle.
Anyway,
I think I picked Spurs. I'm not even sure. I need to listen back. But unless you have anything else to add, I'm going to keep Stump and see what happens tonight.
Let's believe in the plan. We've only one signing. I know that wasn't wanted, but more was wanted. But let's be positive, as much positive as we can, and hopefully we'll finish up in the upper echelons of the Premier League. And that's all I have to say going into the season.
Amen.
And I'm saying
Amen.
We'll be third. That's my prediction.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Alright, cheers, Daire.
No worries.